Hi, my name is John Zaktansky. I'm the Middle Susquehanna Riverkeeper and wanting to wish you and your family a happy Memorial Day weekend. Now heading into the weekend, obviously a lot of people are going to be out on the water boating. The weather looks like it's going to be wonderful. We wanted to share some safety tips for you and your family before you get out on the water. One of the most important things you can do is make sure to follow Pennsylvania's regulations when it comes to personal flotation devices, PFDs, or life jackets. As you can see, I'm wearing mine right now. There's a bunch of different regulations, and I urge everyone to read through their boating manual before they get on the river or lake or wherever you're going to be boating at. All vessels must carry one approved wearable PFD for each person on board. All life jackets must be in good and serviceable condition, be marked legibly with the approval number, and be readily accessible. In addition, any vessels that are 16 feet or longer must have one approved throwable device on board and immediately available within arm's reach. Kayaks and canoes are not required to carry a throwable device. However, it is a very good idea to do so just in case. Children 12 years old and younger must wear their PFD at all times. A sailboat or anyone towed behind a vessel, including wake surfers, must wear a PFD. Inflatable PFDs are not approved for these activities. Here with a few additional boating safety tips is Middle Susquehanna Riverkeeper board member Kaz Russell and his faithful companion Huck.
Good. Hey, good afternoon. We're sitting on the Chillisquaque Creek today in central Pennsylvania. Many times been out here on the river, and today you can see it's pretty calm. But maybe you can see behind me there the sticks of the debris that's sticking out of the water. Many times we don't realize how much is below the water. And it could be a complete tree that has washed down. It could be a small brush pile, but in any case, it could definitely do some damage, depending on the size of the vehicle that you're in. Say a kayak, canoe. A boat this size probably doesn't have that much problem with it. But then again, you just never know. So safety rule for today is just assume that that's a big tree under that water and stay clear. One of the things we don't talk about very much is how to get on and off a boat. And it can be very dangerous. A boat can slip away from the shoreline. The operator could be backing up and the person stepping in. So communication is important out here on the river. Even though it looks dead calm here today, it's still a lot of dangers. In fact, it's cold enough today that you'd probably be in some serious trouble. So we want to make sure we communicate very well and clear. So Huck, I want you to come in the boat. Huck, here, sit, stay. We want Huck to know exactly, but we can do the same thing with our children, our family, and friends when they're out there with us, that we should be very clear in our communication. And like many of you boaters, we like our dogs along, but one thing that's really important for ourselves, for safety, both for ourselves and our dogs, and that is keeping your dog under control. Huck here is sitting very nicely, but he doesn't always, especially when he first comes out. So as his owner, it's up to me to help keep him safe in the boat. And him running around with other people in the boat can be very dangerous. So we want to teach him what the word stay is, and as I'm drifting away, we want him to be safe, but everybody else in the boat to be safe. So when in doubt, keep your dog on a leash. Getting loaded up, and we want to make sure we have a safe ride down the road. So we want to make sure that, number one, our winch is untight and we got the latch on and she's up snug against the roller. Number two, we want to make sure we have our lights plugged in. We unplugged them so we didn't blow a fuse. Number three, we want to come back here and we want to make sure we get our tie downs on here. Put our tie downs on because we don't want our boat bouncing around going down the road and getting into a wave action. Snug it up tight so she's snug. And the last thing is we want to look around the inside of the boat, make sure there's nothing going to fly out like paper or a water bottle, something that we could litter on the road, or we could lose gear like a life vest.
A few additional boating safety situations. You want to make sure your PFD is properly fitting and it's comfortable enough that you can wear it throughout your trip. You want to make sure that you watch out for your boat plug. A lot of people forget their boat plug and it leaves for a very wet ride. And we want to always encourage everyone to read through thoroughly your boating safety manual before you get on the water. Thank you for joining us today. We wish you a happy Memorial Day, a safe Memorial Day, and we hope to see you out there on the water.